So I want to talk about the spirit of Democrats and the Republic. So uh, we often just assume that this is just a political thing. The thing, in fact, is that this has a spiritual foundation. I'm going to begin to show what I'm talking about by using this training manual. So this is training manual 2005-25. So we're going to start at page 91. So here we're going to get the definition for democracy. Now, again, this is coming from the source that I just showed, this training manual. This is straight from your government. This is also going to dispel the assumptions, because people, if you ask people what is a Democrat, what is a Republic, they're going to just give you talk, but it's emotion. They really don't even know themselves. So when getting into it, we can read it together. I put this here to serve as a witness, so nobody can say I say. So democracy, a government of the masses, okay? Authority derived through mass meeting or any other form of direct expression. It results in mobocracy. This is where you get mobs from. This is very important, this word mob, okay? Because mob and masses, you're going to see where this is leading, okay? Again, this is your government showing you this. You can't say I say when the words are on the screen. It says attitude towards property is communistic. This is why communism is associated with democracy. It says it negates property rights. Attitude towards law is that this is their attitude towards the law. The will of the majority shall regulate. But if the majority, the masses, has the mind of a mob, this is how it's being regulated. This is why, a lot of Democrats are very emotional. It says whether it be based upon deliberation or governed in passion. Passion, again, is emotion. This is why a lot of people, when they talk against the Republic, and we're going to get to that later, when people talk about the Republic, it's all emotion. Well, really, they talk about Trump. You see, what you don't see here is Obama, you don't see Biden, you don't see Kamala Harris. Those are just political faces. I'm dealing with the spiritual foundation, because we see this democracy in the Bible. So it's governed by passion, prejudice, impulse, without restraint or regard to consequences. I know so many people that think like this. Do as you will, but it's like, okay, do as you will, but consider consequences. They don't ever think about that. It says it results in demagogism, license, aggregation, discontent, and anarchy. This is your government showing you and telling you this is why this is in a training manual, so that they have the insight on, okay, if this government is ruling, expect this, be prepared. This is your government is showing you this. Now let's deal with the Republic. So the Republic, it's like night and day. Authority is derived through the election by the people of public officials best fitted to represent them. Okay. Attitude towards property is respect for laws and individual rights. So property is treated with respect for laws and individual rights. Contrary to up here, property, they negated property rights. They don't give a damn up here about your property rights. Down here is respect. Attitude towards law is the administration of justice in accord with fixed principles and established evidence. So you need evidence. That's a key word. Justice and fixed principles, like statutes and ordinances. Okay, it's not like up here where it's just passion, impulse. It says it avoids the dangerous extreme of either tyranny or mobocracy. So it's avoiding these things. Whereas with democracy, it's all about mobocracy. Okay? It says it results in statesmanship, liberty, reason, justice. Justice is like fair, equity, etc. So that's basically the gist of this. So it's a top and bottom comparison of, again, it's your government showing you they're defining democracy and republic. It's very clear here. So this is the thing. I'm going to show another document, and it's going to really deal with the republic. This says what it says is Public Law 97, 280, 1982. So they call this the year of the Bible, as you can see right here. Make this bigger. So to get to the point, it says the Bible is the rock on which our republic rests. It doesn't say which democracy rests. Again, because democracy is here. So, you know, when you recite the Pledge of Allegiance, it says, and to our republic for which it stands.
Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to my flag of the United Republic for which it stands.
And then a lot of people that are dumb with, oh, racist. No, because again, the republic is right here. The country was built upon a republic, but that's about established evidence, fixed principles. I know people want to just associate Trump with the republic, but then that comes from democracy, where it's all about impulse and emotions, where he's only a man. There's Donald Trump, and then there's the republic. Okay, republic is about law, order, fixed principles, avoiding tyranny and mobs, liberty, reason. It's showing it here. You don't get those things up here. But I'm showing this second document here to show that, you know, it's the republic, which is in connection with the Bible. The Bible is a book of order, law, etc. So as we come back here, this is what I want to do. I'm going to show in the Bible democracy. Again, you're going to see these elements: impulse, a lack of restraint, no regard of consequence. You're going to see these things played out in a specific situation. Now, this is Luke 23:20. It says, Pilate, therefore willing to release, so-called Jesus, spake again to them. But they cried, saying, crucify him, crucify him. Let me highlight that. And he said unto them the third time, so this is the third time, why, what evil has he done? I have found no cause of death in him. I will therefore chastise him and let him go. And they were insistent with loud voices. Okay. We highlight that. Requiring that he might be crucified. And the voices of them and the chief priests prevailed. Pilate gave sentence. And Pilate gave sentence that it should be as they required. So I'm going to drop down to verse 33. And when they were come to the place which is called Calvary, there they crucified him. And the malefactors, okay. So it came to pass. This is the thing here. You see the same thing here. You have basically an angry mob acting out of emotions, impulse, that a man should be killed, and he did absolutely nothing wrong. Because it says, I have found no cause of death in him. So there was no reason for this man to be killed, but this angry mob insisted that he be killed. And then down here, verse 33, it happened. So as we come back here, we see the masses acting out in the mob on impulse without restraint, and they had no idea of the consequence. They didn't give a damn. This is essentially communism. I made this video once before. I'm just cleaning it up a little bit because I just wanted to make it a little bit more clear. But essentially, communism, democracy killed Christ. This is what you get. Again, I'm using these multiple documents. I'm using this training manual, this second document here, and I'm using also the Bible. So right here, this is in the law. This is the book of Exodus. Exodus is in the Torah, aka the law. So we saw with the training manual, if we come back here, in this training manual with the Republic, it's talking about law, fixed principles, established evidence. It avoids tyranny and mobs, liberty, reason, justice. Well, that's what Moses brought in with the book of Exodus. So we also see the Republic in the Bible, you know? So Exodus 23 from the top, it says, "You shall not raise a false report. Put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness." So with the account in Luke with Christ, again, there was nothing worthy of it. There was no evidence of anything, okay? Because it's democracy. But here in the law, it says, do not raise a false report. Again, Republic. Verse 2, you shall not follow a multitude to do evil. What happened here? You have an angry mob causing a multitude to do evil. What's the evil? That an innocent man be put to death. The exact same thing we see in the training manual with democracy. It's governed by passion, prejudice, impulse, a lack of restraint, and no regard to consequence. I wanted to hit this home because, again, this has nothing to do with the political side. This is the spiritual side. This is your government showing you this. It has a deeper foundation in what we consider to be a religious book, but it's actually showing the very spiritual nature of these things. Again, this is highlighted in the law, which religions today don't bother to teach from, but you shall not follow a multitude to do evil. That's the very thing that got Christ killed. You know, and a lot of these so-called, I'm going to say Christians today, these religious Christians, a lot of them are Democrats, but that's the same thing that got your so-called king killed. That's the very thing that got him killed. I'm not speaking in this video to have people go Democrat. I don't care about that. I'm just showing the source of things. This is not about politics. This is serious. This right here is serious. Your government is showing you. This right here, I don't give a damn who they put in front of you. The nature, look at the elements of what it is to be in a republic, and then look at the elements of what it is to be a Democrat. Even when you look at the symbols, it's a donkey and it's a jacket. The elephant, the donkey represents democracy because it's a jackass. You got to be a fool to go for this. But when you're governed by emotion, this is the government for you, but just don't expect it to last long, okay? You can't expect for it to last long. Where you have those that are about discipline, order, this is more the government for them. That's why in the Bible it's called an everlasting kingdom, because it avoids tyranny. The thing that got Christ killed, mobocracy, it avoids it. It's about justice, equity. It's about progress. It's night and day. And again, I can't stress it enough. I didn't create this training manual. I didn't give an opinion. I read it verbatim. No interpretation. You can look it up. The training manual, it's right here. You can look for yourself. Again, I don't care who they put in front on the TV, all the cheering and screaming and yelling at these debate pep rallies they hold. I don't care. That's distraction. The underlying foundation is right here. What are you voting for, not who are you voting for? But that's all I have for now, as it is written, and I'm out.